Yeah, unmute me. Hey, unmute me. Unmute me. Hey, unmute me. We got the word on the street. Unmute me. The latest gossip and the tea. Unmute me. Don't turn me off, let me speak. Unmute me. You'll tune in every week. Unmute me. We got the word on the street. Unmute me. The latest gossip and the tea. Unmute me. Don't turn me down, let me speak. Unmute me. So tune in every week. Unmute me. Unmute me.
Accountability in relationships. So first, I want to go around the room and I want to ask you all. I want to know, when you first meet someone, say you just met a woman, and tell me about you. What would make me want to date you? Aya.
You know, I'm kind of, I be feel like I'm the prize. Like, you see me? You hadn't seen me lately?
But tell me, why are you the prize? Why? What makes you the prize?
You hadn't seen me lately? Come on.
Outside of seeing you, what do you do?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. Cause and it's just speaking from how folks, the reaction I get from people that I deal with or dealt with, or people that I be here want to deal with me. I'm like, what is it with me? I'm ashy. You know, I don't really iron my clothes like that. I work out every now and then. Like, what is it? I don't know.
Not ashy.
I'm just. I think it'd be like the thing that make people want to get close to people, like a Andre or something. Like, I wonder what it is about this dude. It's something I don't know what it is.
So you be walking around wrinkle and still pulling women.
Still pull them, and I think I got that. I got that from high school, really, because I was like, I'm just a little band geek. I don't play football, and I ain't cock diesel like these guys, but they after what I got. You know what I mean? Type shit.
What about you, Forrest?
I like who like me. If you give me a choosing stick,
well, listen here.
Because I'm not gonna walk up and sell myself to somebody. No, if I catch your attention and you catch mine, you give me a choosing signal. I take it over from there. I got you. I'm finna come talk to you. Because I can't sit here and tell you. I can tell you what I think women like, but some women like, they say I like a good man or a nice man. I like a man in shape. And you see who they be dating. I'm like, what the hell? She don't like none of that. Or so I'm like, yeah, I'm in shape. I mean, I take good care of myself. I got conversation, common sense. Lord, I can say a whole bunch of stuff that sound good. But then it's a lot of guys who got them qualities that I know ain't getting picked.
Right. That's true.
But if a woman send me a choosing signal, like, it's something she like over here. It might be the way I dress that day. Might be the way I look that day. Might be the way I see. It might be some. If I see her, I'm like, okay, cool. But like, as far as me selling you, no, we good. I like who like me.
What about you, Doc?
I mean, I gotta sell them. Just look. I mean,
you like Mike? Look at me.
You don't see this right here?
We don't see this.
Either you like it or you don't.
Right.
And hey, Lord forbid I ain't chiseled. I'll be standing in front with my shirt up, pointing at my six pack.
Like, do I need to stand
I'm gonna
up
tell you
and show
something,
the
Mike.
stomach?
I had way more attention when I wasn't in shape like this for some reason. Way more.
Still the same attitude before this. Still the same.
Yeah, that you good, bro. Trust me.
Yeah. Right. I was saying before this, I'm like, I ain't gotta sell myself. It's like it's me. Which version do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's like I'm, because I can be. I think that was like a lot of times this conversation. I think, like I said, depending on the vibe I'm having to talk about. I just can't. I'm not gonna be trying to sell myself to you as if I'm, like we had a damn auction or something like that. I mean, either we gonna do this or you gonna miss out. Shit, I look at the fact you miss out. Hey,
I know.
You think, like Forrest said, you think that over there would look better? Because, like I said, I look at something like that. That's who you talking to?
Yeah, that's
and that'll make me not even want her. I'm like, ew.
Right. Now I got that for you no more. Like, I'm looking at it like, what? Oh, okay. So I tried to holler. This what you chose. Oh, okay.
That
enjoy. And then Then when that fails, and I'm looking like, then you get back, man. I should have taught. Oh, hey, shit.
Nah,
Too late now.
you
You
pick.
straight, right?
Mhm.
Hey, you know
Right.
what? I said I kind of misquoted. I do know what it is. It's like guys, women are attracted to two types of guys. You know, you got some women that are attracted to the guy like just up front, out with it, the one that everybody on Front Street is what I call it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times that be ego driven,
Mm-hmm.
but a
I can see that.
lot of women, more than you would expect, they are attracted to guys that know who they are, that know why they are who they are, and don't give a damn how you feel about who they are. Women love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Mhm.
how I am. Like, I'm not finna change because you don't. Oh, you smoke, so I smoke. You know that. I've been smoking 30 years
Yeah,
before I
what it
met
is.
you. I'm not gonna
Right.
stop because you don't want me to smoke. I'm gonna stop because it's time for me, or I don't want to. You're gonna have to accept me for how I am, because that's me. That, in my mind, that contributes to the personality that you falling for. You know what I'm saying? So you just got it, all this shit a package deal.
Right.
I
And it
think
could
my
be
social media and friends, the one that probably sell me. I personally don't sell myself. You know what I'm saying? Because like people ask questions about, oh, who's that? Blah blah blah. Oh, Dre. That's Dr. Lattimore. This blah blah. He got this, and then of course that's like they're gonna intrigue, or pique their interest because somebody else has said these things about all the qualities about what they so-called claiming they're looking for in a man. You know, so a lot of times the sale will come from somebody else. I'm not gonna sell myself because you see,
Right.
you know. But again, like I said, it's all about, for me, the vibe and the conversation. Like if that we're gonna have. You can be sold all day long, but I might not like what you saying.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Well, guys, I chose to introduce this topic in that way because a lot of times when you first start dating people, have you noticed that? Because I've noticed this myself, that people will introduce themselves or they will present themselves to you and at the first couple of months as if they're completely perfect. There's nothing wrong with them. When they talk about their exes, it's always the ex problem. They never say what did they do in the situation or what things can they work on or what did they learn out of the situation in relationships. So tonight I want to know, like, what issues have you realized that you need to work on personally when you're in a relationship like yourself? What do you think you may need to work on? Doc.
Shit.
Oh shit.
So you don't feel like there's nothing you need to work on?
No.
Tell me
No.
why.
I mean, I feel like there's nothing I need to work on. I don't know how to explain it, but I mean, I would say based off of previous relationships within the last 20, 15, 20 years,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say maybe marriage, all that. I don't see there's anything I need to work on because I feel like,
Basically, this man is
for
there.
one,
That's
being
all it is.
right.
He's
I
there.
mean,
He is there.
right. I've listened. I listen. What's that little statement they do out now? Listen and don't judge. I
Oh
listen and
my
don't
God.
judge.
I'd be glad when they get off that.
I'll be glad. Right. But nah, I mean, I listen. I think being in this field, as far as being a therapist and stuff like that, I learned, and having female friends, you listen and learn a lot of things that works and what people like. You take certain things from to take into a relationship. I feel like, again, I think there's many times we discuss. I feel like by seeing how my parents, when you have visual aid and role models, or in a sense, you can see how they work and do and interact.
Mhm.
I take that in. I don't feel like, honestly, I know communication is always a big piece anytime in a relationship. And I
Right.
feel like that's
Absolutely.
something that I always promote, for marriage since now. Like anytime I'm talking to anybody, like, hey, no, this is what we need to do. What's up? I think I have promote sometimes more in the sense like, hey, trying to make sure I have better communication with anybody that I'm trying to talk to, because I'm like, all right, gotta have those hard conversations. Gotta be
Mhm.
able to agree to disagree. Gotta know, like, what, let's talk about this later type of situation. Can't sit there and be trying to yell, match, fight, all that stuff. It's just, I don't,
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I guess the older I've gotten, I know that I'm more. I mean, I've always been chill, and laid back. But I don't. I feel like I'm always gonna do what I need to do if I'm in a relationship as being as a man. So I don't feel like there's nothing I could. What you say? Change? And then I can change. I mean, I feel like that. Honestly, I mean, like, and not saying I'm never open to change, but I just feel like I do whatever needs to be done in a relationship. I feel like I'm always gonna. I never really heard anybody say anything like super bad about
Okay.
as far as me
That
being
was
in a
my
relationship
next
or things I
question.
need to change. I never really heard
Okay.
that. I was asked that when I had a divorce talk, so what did I learn or not do? And I said nothing. I just know that I need to have a better, and this was the ex. And I was like, I have to give me a better, make sure that I choose better, in a
Mhm.
sense, and know that somebody's going to be able to meet me in the middle. We're going to have we can have conversations and stuff like that. I can't work with you if I can't talk to you,
Right.
because
Absolutely.
nowadays people say they want the men to talk, and then when we do talk, are you gonna listen to us? Don't let me
Mhm.
Right.
talk and you don't listen. You know what I'm saying? So don't don't be trying to belittle or disregard what I'm saying. Now we got a problem.
Mhm.
Maybe what? Maybe I need to work on my pettiness. I guess. Yeah. Maybe that's it. That's me. I get a little petty sometimes.
Me
You're
too.
Maybe
very
that's what I
petty.
need. Maybe that's what I need to work on. There it is. That's
So,
it.
Doc, no woman has ever told you, like, expressed concerns about anything in a relationship with you.
About me?
Yeah.
I mean, what? I don't know. Again, probably no, not really. I don't think like nothing. I don't feel like anything major, like for real. Like
Okay.
I feel like it's something that always could have been worked on in a moment. I just feel like I think my younger years talking to certain people, they still. I hate to say. I would say the word. I don't want to say develop, but I just feel like maybe they still wasn't in that right mindset. Because I think a lot of people try to some people are too influenced with what's going on in the outside world or what celebrities do and stuff like that. You got to understand what's in your relationship works. You need to manage to be able to work that what's in your relationship.
Right. Absolutely.
Like I said, I had a previous relationship where that was understood. Like, hey, but at the same time, it wasn't. But it didn't work because it was them. It wasn't me. You
Mhm.
do be thinking it's you when a relationship ends, and you are questioning and self-evaluating everything about you and what you've
Right.
done.
Right.
But more or less until the more it came down and having those conversations, you realize it wasn't me. It was kind of like it wasn't little certain things, but I don't know. Like I said, mostly probably my pettiness. I mean, because I know my mouth sometimes. So
You got a mouth. Mhm.
right, that's what I know. So that's why I say I know it. I know it's that.
I had somebody tell me you just got a way of making people feel like they slow. I said, nah, people got a way of acting damn slow. That's
Right.
all that is. It ain't got
That's
nothing
all
to do
that
with me.
is. Right.
Shit.
That's what they be saying. I'm like, what you mean? Like, not me.
So yours, Aya, is pettiness also, is what you saying?
Kinda. But I'm gonna be dead
Uh-uh.
honest with you. Only problem I had out of relationship was when I was going with that girl that thought you was trying to take her man. That's all she
Oh,
was saying.
Lord.
She trying to take my man. She trying to take my man. Like, bitch, excuse me. Chick, we just wrote a whole book. What you talking about? We gotta promote it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get more problems. Not like a lot of my problems don't come within the relationship. My
Mhm.
problems come within women that I'm dealing with, and they say that you can't be treating me kind of like what you said. You can't be treating me like we in a relationship and knowing you don't want that.
Right.
Well,
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, excuse me. I said, well, you got to understand. Like, I grew up with a father that showed his sons how a woman should be treated. So I
Right.
was like, forgive me if I'm treating you how a woman should be treated. I know you may not be used to that. And
Right.
Right.
I'm like, I gotta be with you to give you the proper respect that you should get. That's kind of weird.
Mhm.
If you think about it, that's
Right.
kind of weird.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And I've heard other guys say that too. Like when they're
Yeah.
opening doors for women, they're
Yeah.
polite to them, they're giving them compliments and stuff like that. Women tend to say, well, you treating me like you want me. You treating me like you're trying to have something with me. And they're like, no, I'm disrespectful. That's how I was
Yeah.
raised.
Pretty much. Mhm.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
What
But
about
but
you,
I had
Joy?
I had somebody tell me, they said me open the doors. I was doing too much one time.
Really?
Hey, I'd have been through
Yeah.
that.
What they do,
Right.
I would have popped her
I'm
balloon.
confused. Right. I'm confused. Hold on. I'm like, this is. I mean,
So was she raised in a 2-family home?
no.
Okay.
Some reason I attract women with daddy issues. I don't know what it is about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that because some of the brattiest chicks I done never went with, they had daddies.
Yeah.
But see, I think because I'm a daddy's girl, and I think being a daddy's girl sometimes can spoil you too.
Yeah.
So that maybe where the brattiness come in at, because I had to kind of learn to get out of that spoil phase. Like, this guy is not gonna treat me like my daddy treat me. Like, he's gonna be respectful, but he's not gonna sit here and just spoil me 24/7 like my daddy is at my beck and call. He got stuff to do. He got to go to work. He got to do. My dad retired, so if I say, "Daddy, can you come do this?" Or, "Daddy, this broke," I can't call this dude 24/7 and be like crying, "This broke," or, "Why is this light on my car?" Why? That's not my dad.
I tell you, I'm broke too. You don't hear me crying.
Right.
I think that's what a lot of that probably comes in, just being a spoiled daddy's girl too. What do you think, Forth? What issues have you realized that you need to work on? I know you haven't been in a relationship in a long time and don't want one.
No, I ain't say I ain't want one. I know exactly why I ain't in a relationship.
He's selling that.
Yeah, but I don't have problems out of women. You talking about what they got out of me?
Have you realized, like, if you had any issues yourself, like you been an issue?
With me? Oh yeah, I'm always an issue.
Why you say that?
Because it's my fault if I pick the wrong person to talk to. It's my fault if I allow that energy around me. It's my fault for all that.
Accountability.
If a woman around me not treating me right, then that's my fault. What I was looking at. Because I know what I was going into, like, damn, she got nice. And I'm finna go ahead and try to force this relationship. That ain't her fault. That's me. It's all my fault. Any woman who ever treated me bad, cheated, all that kind of stuff, that's my fault for me picking that woman and believing she was gonna be something. It ain't on her.
But what if they, like we said, they're showing you all of these good signs at the beginning? Do you think
that's my fault?
Yeah.
How you can't? I ain't stupid. When I was in high school, probably. But no, I'm grown as hell, and I know what I want. And sometimes I back in the day, I used to think more with the other head. That's my fault. That's my fault. I'm like, damn, but she looked like this though. I'm like, damn, no, that's my fault.
You gotta wait till the stank wear off to see what's really going on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I'd have been cheated on all kind of everything that happened to me, and I used to be mad in the moment, but like, it's always something that I let slide or something that I should have paid more attention to. 100%. So I take that fault. I can't be mad. I can be mad at them, but for what? They just doing what they're gonna do anyway. I was just a placeholder.
Right.
So Aya, why do you think people are quick to blame their partner when a relationship ends?
Because that's just a societal thing, I think. Like, it ain't never your fault. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't did nothing. Yeah, I wasn't doing nothing. It was all her. A lot of times, I would say I admit what I did, because I know I've been and did something. But I might be like, well, let me tell you why I did it though. You know, and that's kind of blame shifting too. But it's all, I guess it's like every action has a greater or equal reaction, and that's why I say if I date somebody and she get down on me, I'm gonna probably laugh at her, because what she did is minuscule to what I was probably doing. Accountability, yeah.
So I asked this, we talked about this on another show, and I told you we were coming back to this, like, am I the problem?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
I
am. So why are you the problem?
Cause I'm gonna do what I want to do. But the crazy part, I'm probably gonna tell you what I'm gonna do before I do it. If you don't take heed, I mean, it's just, hey, you know what it is. I'm a Taurus too. You know, I stand on my square.
Mm. But Taurus, they're very much family guys, and you do seem to see with more. I know everybody isn't the same, but they're known for like marrying and stuff like that too.
Taurus for real?
Hmm.
Shit,
They're more family guys.
I'm April 22nd. I think it started on 20. I might have a little Aries in me too. So.
Probably.
Yeah.
I say that I'm on the cusp of the Libra, so I'm between the Libra and the Scorpio, and I'm like, yeah, I can see that. So, what about you, Doc? Why do you think people are so quick to blame their partner when their relationships end?
Because they don't want to look at themselves. It's easy to blame somebody else, man. It's always easy to blame your partner who reason why you're not together and not. I mean, and don't get me wrong, probably is their fault. But some people, for some, but sometimes you got to be a self-evaluate yourself too. You know, it's always you look at the situation, like, okay, what did I do wrong? Especially like if they never told you what could have been an issue, or if they
Mhm.
did tell you, you might really want to look at the fact like, well, maybe this was a concern that I wasn't listening when they were trying to tell me. Maybe they were they at some
Right.
point trying to tell me that this was a problem, you know? So yes, but besides that, yeah, it's always easy to blame the other person, you know, and especially if you ain't trying to change. If you feel like that nothing you do is wrong, you don't, you know, your shit don't stink. I mean, you're gonna do you gonna continue to do what you want to do, you know, because like we have to learn that in relationships is you have to grow and honestly adapt and change and stuff.
Mhm.
Because whoever we in a relationship with, they're not the same person they were last week.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
That's true.
you might like this today, but you might not like it next week. You know, like you might shoot. I like sausage today. I might not like it. Maybe I want something else. I want bacon. You know, just
Hmm.
you gotta be able to adapt and change.
Right. And piggyback off what you just said, I actually heard somebody one time on another podcast show, and they were saying that when you're married or dating or in a relationship with someone, you have to constantly fall in love with that person because, like you said, every day that person could be a different person. They're learning, they're growing, they're changing every day. So it's like falling in love with that person over and over again each day, learning to do that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, I agree. I think like conversation, either gonna still you gonna fall in love with that new growth that that person has, or you gonna start really not liking that and like I don't like this. Who is this person? You know,
Mhm.
people say that too. You know, like
Right.
oh, you know, like oh, like let's say you and your partner, y'all, you know, I'm gonna just say that somebody met at the club or something. Right? Y'all met at the club and y'all go out all the time. All of a sudden,
Mhm.
your partner all of a sudden like, man, I'm tired of going out. They don't want to go out no more. Now you
Right.
look at that person, who is this? But you still want to go out. But that's something they don't
Mhm.
want to do. You know,
Right.
so now you don't like that person because they don't go out to the club anymore. You know,
Right.
so it's just like you got to be able to understand, like, hey, things change. You know, not just because we get older, things just change. Period. You know, just like
Right.
okay, this is me now. I want to start. You know, you might want something new that you want to start learning or doing. When it comes to life,
Mhm.
like you said, it's got to be like you do follow that person all over again. Like people say, it's like you learning that person, you learning something new about somebody.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know, like you gonna like I said, it's just you can't get comfortable. They say relationship is work, but it's not. It's not like hard work if we really just pay
Mhm.
attention to that other person. In my opinion, it's kind of like you just gotta pay attention. We're like, oh, okay, well I thought you liked this. All right, cool, we're doing something new. Oh, okay, so you know,
Right.
like oh, I like that. That's cool. Or you know, have to accept because I mean, what we do, you have to like or be intuitive to what the other person is doing. Can't really just say
Mhm.
just like that, but just yeah, just part of growth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, fourth, I want to shift the conversation a little bit with you. In therapy, especially like when we're counseling couples. That is not my favorite thing to do, counsel couples. But when counseling couples, you see a lot of blaming and no accountability sometimes with that. And we talk about I statements a lot of times. I want to talk about like the mental health aspects of relationships. So we talk about I statements a lot of times where we're trying to teach them how to better communicate with the other one. And instead of saying you and blaming that person, we like to try to say, well, I feel like this, and I feel like that behavior caused me to, do this, that, and the other. So in your opinion, what do you think like would be a good way to, or a good thing to tell someone, like when they're talking to you or asking you for advice, like a healthy way to communicate with that person so they're not blaming them, or they're still, even if they're not the problem, they're not just completely 100% focused on blaming someone else and still taking accountability for their own actions too?
I don't know if I fully understand it, but I'm might be the wrong person to ask. You saying somebody coming to me asking for advice?
Mm-hmm. Like, how can you tell them like how to respectfully talk to their partner in a way to kind of like not blaming them, but to kind of take accountability for their actions too, but at the same time expressing how it made them feel?
See, as a guy, I don't think we get the benefit of the doubt. I'm speaking for me. I have never got the benefit of the doubt if I did something like, I guess, out of bounds or that they didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna bring it to my attention, and if it's direct, they cut out all the gray area. I know.
Right.
So I'm assuming you saying it was a guy coming to me asking me how should I talk to my lady?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, see, I don't deal with that. Cause I'm direct. Like, look, not being mean, but I'm direct.
Right.
Like, and I'm older. Like, young, I'm like, yeah, you gotta, man, all that sugarcoating and all that, it just prolonged the inevitable to me. If I'm direct, not mean, not stern, but just directly. And how you respond to it, that let me know where we going.
Right.
Because I'm not going to get that same grace if she got a problem with me.
Mm-hmm.
But if we care about each other, we can work on it.
Right.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I don't need the grade. Don't hit me. Don't give me no pillow type. No, hit me. I like my liquor. Just give it to me straight.
Straight in the gut. Wow.
Because the faster we can get to the problem, the faster we can come to a solution, or we can decide what we're gonna do. But if we care about each other, we're gonna be just fine. And that's why it's important that what you have before you get in a relationship will really determine how y'all gonna be anyway.
Right. But I think communications too is still, because you got two different people from two different places, so, and two different emotional two different emotional beings. So learning how that person communicates and their communication style too in their relationship, I think that's important.
You can't get directness wrong. You can't. You can't get it wrong.
You can in a sense, but what if that directness makes it worse, where the person feels like you're not blaming them instead of
issues that they need to work on themselves?
There you go.
Because I was being honest with you and direct with you. I didn't say mean or stern. I'm honest with you.
Right.
Now, honestly, it's like medicine. Some of it tastes bad, but damn, you got to take your medicine. Because again, what I'm telling you is, as a man, I don't get that same grace. If you got an issue and you bring it straight to me head on, I don't need the gray area. Let's get it out the way.
Don't get it. And that's why I tell people, don't ask me nothing you don't really want the answer to.
That's it. Don't. No.
I'm gonna tell you. I may not volunteer much information, but if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. I used to think about that, but how can I do? Man, I'm not tiptoeing. Communication is just that, clear and to the point.
Yeah.
Right. That's true.
Keep it simple. But I'm saying, but now you might want to be more diplomatic. Don't just be rude. I understand that. Delivery is important.
Yeah.
But no, I'm telling you, be honest with the person. Damn, that's it. Let's try that. Try honesty. If that don't work, then y'all ain't got nothing anyway.
You know what's crazy about that? A lot of people don't know how to listen without the intent of rebuttal. They don't want to listen to comprehend what you're really saying. They just want to have a chance to talk back.
So we play test then, because I'm ready for that too.
And you know what I'm saying?
I knew you were gonna say that. So this what it is.
And that just kills the communication process, period. So at that point, I'd be like, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it no more because
And that's
you,
exactly what
you ain't understanding what's really going on. You more worried about your ego and you think somebody chumping you out when I'm really not. I'm really just telling you how I feel.
Right.
And how I feel should be important if we're trying to go forward.
Right.
I can say one thing I learned is when we used to be in them kind of conversations, I say something and they might try to redirect it. Oh, so you trying to say that? I'm like, no, this is what I said.
I said
You're
what I
not
said.
gonna redirect it. What you trying to say? I said what I'm trying to say.
You gotta tell them like Big Daddy on Django when she said, "You want me to treat him like white folks?" He said, "That's not what I said."
This is what I mean. Be direct. And a lot of people don't like that, but at the same time, it filters out a lot of the BS in your life.
Yeah. And Aya, when you said the way people listen, I always say that too. People don't listen to understand; they listen to react a lot of times.
Yeah,
so I agree.
And that's not even dealing. That's just life. Period. That ain't necessarily just strictly relationship. Like people just feel like I tell folks all the time. Even my daughter, I be like, bro, your expert opinion is not always needed. Sometimes you just need to listen.
Right.
You get further by listening. You'll learn something.
That's true. That's true. What do you think, Doc? Like, if you had a couple coming to you, what do you think? How would you best guide them to communicate and when it comes to blame and accountability?
I mean, like before said, first of all, let's say if somebody's trying to tell their partner something, at this point, you have to be honest and direct with the person. It's not more or less trying to sugarcoat what they got to figure out what they're saying. You know, you got to be ready to accept the consequences of how your partner is going to react. You know, that's like saying like, oh, we come to couple counseling, hey, you know, and the partner I realized, oh, you know what, your sex is trash. I was out here because you ain't providing what I needed. So I felt like, you know, being lazy, you just give me one position. I'm out here to go get what I need somewhere else, you know. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to work on that. What can't, you know, and so that means your partner gotta be like, that's when active listening come in. Because you know, for us it's like, okay, now I'm trying to guide the person that's hurt. That's ready because like I said, most time they're gonna ready to try to throw a blow back at you and rebuttal with something negative about you. Might want to hit you like, oh well, you know, then they want to be hit below the belt because now they hurting and embarrassed. But unless it's more or less okay, I need to guide this person with some type of active listening and say, okay, did you hear what they are saying? Explain like what is it that you know. How are you processing what they said? Because I'm gonna have to guide you on that. You know,
right.
from the directness from another person because you can't be around the bush and the other person still kind of confused by what you're saying. Hey, this is what it is. You know, how you want to move forward from this? Are we able to fix this? So the other person got, like I said, there'll be some type of listening going on. You got to be able to like understand, like, okay, there might be some changes I need to do. You know, or what can I do to make it better for us so that you can be happy and I can be happy. You know, because it might be something that, again, that other person is doing that you might not agree to trying to change too. And then y'all both, you know, then there's to understand like, hey, this is not going to work for us. So, like I said, just the fact of actually listening and, you know, being able to listen without always trying to get back and argue and, you know, you feeling all involved and now you hurt and you feel like you just been betrayed and stuff like that. And then understanding like, hey, you know what, this is why my partner's feeling like they stepping out or feeling like they got one foot in and out, you know, just a whole bunch of different reasons. So
man, I just watched the podcast. I don't know whose it was. I watch a lot of TikTok. And the girl said, I'm gonna tell you later this right here. If you ain't fucking him, he ain't cheating. So if you ain't doing it and somebody else doing it, he ain't cheating. Period. You know what I mean? Because he was just saying, like, if the sex ain't good, what you expecting to do? Like, come on, man.
But sometimes sex can be good, and they still.
And then, like,
then they have a problem that they need to come to how to fix or go get treatment or therapy to find a reason to see why one person is not doing it for them, or you know, because like he just saying, it's like a lot of times if you some people get all that at home in marriages, relationships. They get everything they want in the bedroom right there. You know what I'm saying? You get a different person or whatever, different version. You got somebody that's willing to try something with you. You can't. I feel like when it comes to that, you can't be matched with somebody that's gonna be like, oh no, what is that? Being all taboo about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't watch porn video or something or whatever the other person might not like. They might like toys. They might, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, like they might be spontaneous. They might like to be out in public somewhere or be, you know, let's meet up somewhere in public bathroom. You know, like where are you with that? All the, just name and stuff. People like, just can't be just like, oh no, I'm a nun and I just don't do that. You know. Just like I said, I mean, just different things. I would say like now, like I said, like he was saying, it's like, and like both of you saying, it's like either this person's going to give all that to me. We're married. This is what's going on, or they're going to settle for what that other person is not providing, or they're going to go out and get it outside. You know, so
that's true. That's true.
I got a filtration system for all the BS. I tell them off the real, like, baby, I can't give you but 6 minutes. It's gonna be an exhilarating 6 minutes, but it ain't gonna be but 6. They be like, I can't do that in 6 minutes. I said, well, think about it. You on a roller coaster. It's the time of your life, but you ain't on it but a minute. Come on, bro. That's all it's gonna
be. They said they can't do 6 minutes.
Can't do. They said that ain't enough. Child, please.
Not enough.
But I think with that kind of stuff, you have to know your body as a woman. You have to know your body. You have to know your spots, your sensations. And because I can make myself come in 3 minutes.
Of course, women can. Of course, you can.
But a lot of women can't. A lot of women, it takes them like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. They still like, I'm not there. And it's like psychological.
At that point, it's sandpaper at that point.
You know what get me is how you walk around depending on somebody else to make sure you guaranteed a nut. You supposed to know yourself,
right?
What to do. Right. And that would be kid like, well, something like it's a lot of women don't have orgasms. And I'm like, so at what point we're gonna stop blaming everybody but the person that don't know themselves?
Right. That's true. That's true. And if it's a physical thing that's going on, then I feel like that's a conversation with your doctor that you should be trying to figure out. Like, what can I do if that's something I desire to have?
Like, what if the roles were reversed? We just sit here smashing. I'm like, well, dang, she ain't getting me off. I'm like, and if every chick you run into, like, well, she ain't getting me off. I'm like, I gotta look at the common denominator at that point.
Right.
Like, what?
Right. Absolutely.
I had a partner. He was so conniving. He'll tell every woman, man, ain't no woman ever made me do such and such and such and such. He told my boy, every last one don't do it. I don't let them know that. I was like, well, you damn crazy.
But it happens.
Crazy.
I've been there before that, man. This was a waste of time.
He told me that was just my way of getting them. Oh, man, you damn crazy. That ain't for the culture. That's a different culture.
I don't think I would have told my friend that either.
Hey, you'll be amazed at what I be. Folk be telling me all they business. Like, what is you doing? I don't want to hear this. That's why I should have been doing what y'all do. I should have been a counselor here.
Maybe you a natural counselor. That's how people come up to you.
Can I get what they call it when you in the frat, but you really didn't put it honorary. The honorary degree.
Honorary degree.
Yeah.
Honorary.
On paper. Yeah.
Or become a life coach.
Yeah.
So, last question for you, Aya. Do you think accountability is easy for you?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I didn't know if you want an explanation.
No, you can go ahead and explain. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because like I said earlier, I probably gonna tell you what I'm gonna do before I do it. And I'm gonna own up to it. I don't know if that's the answer you was looking for, but that's
no. I believe that about you because you tell women exactly what you want. You do tell women exactly what you're looking for, and you let them know early and upfront so they'll know how to move.
But
So
let me tell you, I'm gonna tell you what that get me though. That gets me, okay, I respect that, blase squaze. And then when you see that it ain't what you in your mind you thought it was gonna be, they go run to somebody else and trying to make him me. And when they find out that he ain't me, they be coming right back. And I used to be like, oh, come on, just no. I stopped out. I was like, no, after that, ain't no coming back.
So they can't come back home?
No, I know, because that shit's stressful. I mean, it's unnecessarily stressful too. And I had to think, like you said, accountability. I had to reveal, like, bro, you put yourself through this shit. You know what I mean? Like, you already know what's finna happen. Ain't no sense. Why you what they call it? Why you spinning the block? You know what I mean? It ain't worth it.
Right. Like Forrest said, you have to look at yourself sometimes too.
Yeah, I've grown as a person.
Right. Absolutely. What about you, Forrest? Is accountability easy for you?
Yeah. Everything my fault. Everything. I'll even past relationships. If I'm not making the money I want to make, that's my fault. If I don't have the woman I don't want to have, that's my fault. If I'm not in the position in life I want to be in, that's my fault. If I'm not living what I want to live, that's my fault. That's my fault.
Right.
I ain't saying it's a bad thing, because you just got to learn and grow. But it ain't nobody else's fault why I'm going through what I'm going through. I can say 95% of the stuff I go through is my own fault. No.
That's very true. Because you do find a lot of people where they blame the world and everybody else except
and they're going to stay right there where they at, because they don't understand. You got to look at yourself. That's why I said, I know I ain't in a relationship. I'm like, you know what? That's me. That's me. And I ain't saying that's a bad thing, but that's just what it is.
Right. Doc, wrap us up. Is accountability easy?
I mean, it's not easy, but it's something that you have to look at. Like Forrest said, and realize, no, what, this is me. I need to do better at this. It's a fact of executing what you see that you need to hold yourself accountable for. At the end of the day, it's like, you know what? I don't want to talk to this type of woman no more. Like he said, if I need to do better, get my money where I want it to be. This is what I need to start doing. I'm gonna start this now, tomorrow, whatever. You know, so yeah, you can, you know, it's easy and not easy. You just have to get to that certain point of your life. I'm gonna say, not even say really your life, just something gotta like, you know, like you know what? It's time for me to do this. It's me. Let me. I know I need to do this. I've been knowing this. I need to stop thinking somebody else is gonna get me where I need to be. So,
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for joining the show. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And that is a wrap.